So I just want to start with a quick preface to this video. If you're looking for the battery life test only and not really the backstory behind why I have this mower, why I'm using a smaller battery and stuff like that, skip to around the 10-minute mark in this video. If you want to hear the backstory and the story kind of as to why I have all of these, it'll be following this clip coming up right now. Alrighty, y'all, so those who have seen my channel know that I just got a bunch of customer return Walmart push mowers in. This is going to be the first one that I'm going to look at. We're actually going to do a battery test on this at the end of the video after I get everything sorted out and put together. This is a Snapper 58 volt battery powered push mower. It's got the power button, and then it looks like it has 2 speeds on it, and as well as a battery life monitor. So this one came with no battery on it, although the charger did come on it, and I'll get to that in just a second. It came without the back wheels, or excuse me, came without the front wheels mounted to it. The front wheels are right there. We're going to mount those. This is kind of fooling me because I didn't see exactly what type of mower it was in the lot, and I felt the back wheels and it felt just like a regular big wheel gas powered push mower until I took it off of the pallet and found out it was a battery operated one. It didn't have the battery with it. And you can see that he paid, whoever bought it says it's damaged, and I'll show you a couple of issues or areas that it looks like it has some damage on it, which is, I mean, you can put that in air quotes because it's really just a couple things bent out of place. Paid $200 for it. As you can see, the original price, if this is correct, would have been $200 and $155, so it would have been $356, which is about the going rate, I think, for these during the regular season. I know these are some of the higher end stuff that Walmart sells and the Snapper sells and stuff for their battery operated whatnots. This mechanism right here was a little bit bent. I took some pliers and just bent it back into place so that the wheel adjusters would stay where they need to stay and operate like they should. And I'm going to make sure that the bag works correctly as well. Now the issue with the bag is that this tab right here was bent, so I'm going to bend it back into place really quickly. Alright, so that bag fits on there just perfectly now. Just got to make sure that it's on correctly. I believe it is, because some people assemble these bags. You have to assemble these bags when you get them, and some people don't assemble them correctly. So, and it's clear in the height adjuster, which is, I had to bend that in just a little bit, so I was just making sure of that. I'm going to put the handle together, but first, let me tell you the situation about not having a battery and what I'm doing to resolve it. So first things first, this is basically worthless without a battery. So it's basically just a hunk of metal. What I've done in the past, these take a 5.2 amp hour battery. That's what they come with when you buy them in the store. What I have done in the past with 60 volt mowers that have not come with the batteries, I've actually bought either a weed eater or a blower that has the smaller battery in it. However, after doing a battery test of the 60 volt Snapper, I got about, and then again, we're not talking about having any load on it or anything like that, around 45 minutes with just sitting there idle, no load. So you can probably think about 25 to 30 if you're using it. That was on the bigger battery that has more amp hours. The one I got had half the amount, so granted, you have a small yard, probably get 15-20 minutes out of the battery. the smaller battery. Same situation here. And thus for cost purposes. So I would buy them so that I could get the battery, sell them as a lot with one battery, and then sell them low enough to where if people wanted to get a second battery, that it would not be cost prohibitive for them to do so. And that usually, I was able to usually get $250 to $275 out of the two together. So I'm going to do that again this time. What I usually do is I try and find them online because they're a lot cheaper. But I'm getting there, folks. There's a Walmart that I don't frequent, but that I pass by often, that has lawn and garden, like a huge lawn and garden section. And so I knew this time of year, being September, that they potentially carried the 58 volt snapper, because not all Walmarts carry the 58 volt, or the full line of what Walmart actually sells for their mowers and weed eaters. And I was right. They had 2 weed eaters here, brand new in the box. I bought one, obviously. Spoiler alert, right? So brand new in the box here. What they come with is full spool of string in the trimmer, and this is actually a really nice weed eater for what it is. It's nicer than the 60 volt that I've had in the past, and I believe they're also more expensive. Came with the battery. Usually these things retail for just a shade over $200, and what I could find online was around 100, and I think I could have gotten one for about 150 or so. With it being at the end of the season, they're just trying to get rid of it. They had this one on clearance for $89. The weed eater, the battery, the charger, and everything. So it's got a second charger, which I'll sell with the other mower, or I might keep it, truthfully, just for future years. You never know when stuff doesn't come with batteries and chargers. You never know in the customer return lot whatever I'm going to come up with. So I apologize for the long story, but shop around for clearance. That's a big deal whenever you're trying to find stuff to complete the deal, because the battery alone was what I paid for this entire weed eater, just the 2.6 amp hour battery though. That's the only contingent. And so for reference purposes, and I'll repeat this multiple times in the video, this is a 2.6 amp hour battery. So whenever I do the battery test, after I assemble that, when you buy this in the box, multiply whatever I get by 2, and that's about the battery life that you're going to get. And I will kind of suggest that at the end of this video. So I apologize for the 8 minutes of talking here. I just kind of wanted to tell you the backstory of everything and just kind of how I go about finding batteries and tools and whatnot in order to make something that is originally worthless worth a whole lot more, because now it has a battery with it, a charger, weed eater. You sell them as a bundle, you can get a whole lot more as well. So hoping to get about $300 out of the two. Anyways, let me move on. It's really easy. All I got to do is put the wheels on and assemble the handle, which is just putting it in tabs and putting a couple of bolts in. So I'll get that ready just so we can get on going with this video, and we'll get a battery test done on this thing. Alright, so now it's time. Let's put the battery in. I just want to show you, I just took it off the charger and it is fully charged. I don't know if y'all can see the 4 green lights there, but it is fully charged. Remember, 2.6 amp hour, these usually come with a 5.2, so whatever result we get, we're going to multiply by 2 for those that are buying these brand new in the box with the battery. So let's place it in here. This appears to be a smaller battery than the potential 5.2, so we're just going to see how long it takes for it to run out, truthfully. And I got a timer and everything right here, so we're just going to let it sit down and grab my third hand, so to speak, my clamp. Take the price sticker off of it too. Took the other stickers off of it just so it doesn't look like a return, although I do disclose that it is a return. By the way, this is a brand new mower, never has been used to cut grass, So probably got returned because of something damaged on it. Get this tape out. Alrighty, I'm gonna figure out how to turn this thing on. Shouldn't be too hard. I think I just gotta pull it back and hit the power button. Remember, 2 speeds. For the battery life, I'm gonna test it on the low speed. So that, the power button, and speed control. Speed control. Oh, here we go. Looks like I'm going to have to do a little bit more investigating here. Everything's showing up like it's supposed to, it's just not turning on. I was thinking the motor was bad there for a second. That wouldn't have been good. So let's see. This is complicated. That. Okay. I guess you have to pull it back to turn the power on. And then to cut, you have to press that button. There we go. Grab the third hand. Where y'all can see the time. There we go. Test it on high speed and see what we get. So I'm just going to let this thing roll. When it turns off, we'll come back. Alright, we're right at 23 minutes and the battery light is flashing on it now. I can show you real quick. Remember, this is the smaller of the 2 batteries. I'm still running it at the highest speed. Alright, there's your time. 24.5 minutes. So not too bad. really not bad. I was hoping for between 20 and 25, and I was right on the money with it. So remember, this is the smaller of the two batteries. This is the 2.6 amp hour battery. I ran this test at the highest speed possible of the mower. It has 3 speeds on it, so it was getting maximum stress, so to speak, on it. And somebody who might know these a little bit better than me, I know that the 60 volt snappers had an auto speed on them to where you just pull the lever and go, and if you hit some thick grass, it would actually speed up. The electric motor would speed up. So thinking that since this has 3 set speeds on it, that this mower does not do that. If somebody wants to clarify that it has a 58 volt snapper, feel free to. I'm just not going to cut with this one because it's brand new and I want to sell it basically as a brand new mower. But I wanted to give a battery test for the people that are looking for one to show you how long they last. Remember, I got a 2.6 amp hour battery. These come with a 5.2 amp hour battery. So take this number right here, right about 24.5 minutes. You can double it whenever you buy this mower new in the box with the 5.2 amp hour battery. So you're looking at just under 50 minutes of battery life with this mower running at the highest speed. Now, if you get this, if you run it at a slower speed, you can probably get, I don't know, you can probably get, I don't know if you get close to about twice the battery life, but you could probably get a good 35 to 40 minutes out of this one. Let's say at least a half hour. If you ran it on the low speed, might be closer to 40 minutes. If you ran the 5.2 amp hour battery, that'd be over an hour. You're talking closer to 80 minutes. So you do the math, you know how long it takes to cut your yard, you know whether it's thick or it's usually thin depending on what speed you need to use. So I'm going to link a video to the 60 volt snappers as well on this that I test the 4 amp hour battery on, and I got right around 45 minutes, but that wasn't with the engine speeding up. So in terms of battery life, the 58 volts seem to be a little bit better, although I don't like the way that they're built as good as the 60 volt ones were. So I'll leave y'all with that. I appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully this is helpful to somebody that's out looking for a battery powered push mower. Again, quick synopsis: the battery that is going to come with this mower, you'll get just under 50 minutes of battery life at the highest speed. This one's a smaller battery that goes in the weed eater. I got around 24.5. So I appreciate y'all watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more customer return stuff or anything like that, feel free to subscribe. I have quite a few more videos coming on gas push mowers coming on down the line as I get to them over the fall and the winter months to prepare them for spring. So thank y'all for watching. As always, leave me comments, leave me feedback, experience on owning a 58 volt snapper, just to kind of help the community aspect of it, to help figure out if you want to buy it. So catch y'all on the next one.